but I said, to hell with it. I gotta get out to BW. We're gonna postpone the surgery. And I gotta piggyback on Emily. This is by far my favorite event I've ever been to. By far. Alright, so some of you might be new, some of you might be veterans, but I want to talk about choices. You've all made a choice, and it's landed you here with me and all of your classmates and your friends. I think we need to give a big thank you, mainly to Katie and all the faculty advisors who have been working with the steering committee to put this event on. I know what it takes and how many hours and how much effort people have to put in to put an event like this together. And like Emily said, this is what really makes a difference at the foundation. You guys are what really allow us to do our work. So please give yourselves another big round of applause. So when I would walk into events like this, and I come up here and I get to speak to you guys, the kind of people that I get to see and that I get to be amongst, there are a couple words that come to mind. Amazing, selfless, and beautiful. Those are all things that I try to practice in my life, so I can't thank you enough again for joining me and really putting in the hard work to help both kids and adults now that we need to start bringing families together. This is no longer just a pediatric fight. This is something that needs to go global, and it needs to be helping families. So I'd like to tell you a story, if none of you have heard of it. Back in 1980, a little girl was brought into this world, and her name was Glaser. And Ariel is my sister, and she would only live to be 7 years old. Now, I believe that everything happens for a reason, and in those 7 years, she ended up saving millions of lives. And she knew that. She was someone that looked at life in a very beautiful way. She was someone that looked at life in a very unique way. You could tell that she was an old soul. So like many others who were HIV positive and progressed to AIDS at that young of an age, there wasn't any medication that could help them. There were just souped up antibiotics. And you give that to a child, and eventually it works against them. And the virus overtakes it, and it morphs, and it really adapts to anything you throw at it. So pediatrics weren't being looked at. And as my mother said, that was completely unacceptable. So there was this week at UCLA Medical Center. My sister was hospitalized there, and my cousin David, who's my closest cousin, came out to take care of me when my family was going through such a tough time, and to look after my sister. And Ariel loved to paint. So she got 4 colors. She could barely hear, she could barely see, she could barely walk. And she painted a picture. And David looked at her and he said, "Why did you paint that?" She said, "Well, life's beautiful." And to this day, that painting remains the logo of my mother's foundation. So from a 7-year-old little angel to you now, she knew what this life was really about. Now, my mom carried that same look on life. And when she started the foundation, she definitely went in with a little more of a hard head. She was one of those people that you just can't say no to. She'll make you say yes. And she fought her way into meetings with the president and other political leaders, fought for the first $5 million grant to start research for HIV and AIDS. And she spoke to what she believed in. She really pushed for what she knew was right, no matter what anybody would tell her. So like her, and like many other people over history that have changed a small part of that history, it opens up a door for me and for all of you and the rest of the world to understand that one person can make a difference. And everything starts with one person. So now I'm sitting here and I'm looking at 100 plus. About. It's amazing. And she would have loved all of you for the reason that you're here, and the reason that you're here is because you guys care for children, and that's what she believed in too. So, we all make choices every single day. I get in my car, I drive to work, go get lunch. But I ask you to do one thing. When you leave here, don't call it quits. I'm taking it for the long haul. This is my life. And I will always make sure that I pass on the word and I pass on the knowledge. And that I keep fighting until we do find a cure or a vaccine. Generation 3. Those are words that, like, between me and my friends who've experienced lives living with HIV, it's like the greatest gift I could ever ask for. So, don't let it end here. Join me in the long haul. Let's see this thing through. And pat yourselves on the back once again, because this is where it all starts, and you guys are our futures. Thank you very much.